Banana party all day. We're going to tackle some of this brown stuff, and this is where I'm really going to get into the nitty gritty of zooming super close in. It's not going to look like it matters much once you finish the whole thing, but I promise you it really pops. I'm going to unlock my pixels because I've noticed my banana's too wide up top, so I'm going to give it a haircut. Just a little bit, come in and shave so that stem is a little more prominent. Hopefully you guys are getting more and more comfortable with this sort of thing. Stem. And just shaping that. It's not a pure rectangle, it's organic. You want it to look like it was plucked from the rainforest. And it looks like, if I'm being a good observationist, I've got a little bit of that shadow green down there, so I'm going to throw that on there, making sure I'm on the right layer first, and just kind of blend it. Blend it right in. Now, if you go too far with the smudge tool, it can really distort what you're doing, so make sure you're careful about that. So now it's time for the brown bits. Let's go ahead and grab our first color. It's a very dark brown. I'm going to shrink my brush down. I'm going to Command plus to super zoom in. I'm going to start at the bottom here. Maybe. If I can see my toolbar. Hang on. Zoom back out. Part of the problem is my screen is not wide enough for the entire Photoshop window, so let's fix that real quick. There's my bar. We want just this area. And I'm going to take a look at that wiggly brown shape. Maybe I want to lock my pixels, maybe I don't. That's up to you. This brush is too big, so I'm just sketching that in. This is probably one of the darker shades found within that. So I'm going to come in with a medium shade here in a minute. And I'm following the form of the banana here. This is where the banana ends. This book stops with this banana. And if I super zoom on my reference, hello banana, I can see that I've got a couple shades going on here. So let's sample something like that. A little bit lighter. Come back to my other window and paint that in. Where did my banana go? And just kind of pick out the areas where that fits. I usually do things like the whites completely last. I've even got a little bit of green in that there banana, and it comes down a little bit farther, so I'm going to add that in. And this is okay to be a little bit messy when you're so zoomed in like this, because honestly, when you zoom back out, the viewer's eye is going to smush everything together so much, it's not going to be all that noticeable. Let's grab some of that green, shall we? That's a really dark green. Just to have it blend. And I want that hard brown edge, so I'm going to come back, sample that, make my brush smaller. And these sort of things make the difference between your drawing looking like it has more definition versus having the look of someone who has removed their glasses and they're not sure what's going on. So it's okay to get a little bit scribbly, I promise. It won't hurt you. Now I'm going to come in with an even lighter shade. It's almost like a peach color. Weird. Again, what I see, not what I know. I thought I knew that was white. I'm just scratching. I don't want to go down too far. I think I went down too far. Just those little bits here that I'm focusing on. And this is why, guys, I trained you early on to pick references that are very large. It's easier to see these sort of details when you're doing things like that, like zooming in. So. There's the end of that. Now we can come in with our lightest color, which is very close to white, but not quite. And just kind of have a texture party. Doesn't look like much. Kind of looks, honest to God, like something kind of gross. I brought the white down too far. have that little shape here. Once again, I went a little bit crazy, so we're going to come back in with that brown to tone down. And I know this looks wonky close up, but I promise you it's going to make sense later. Coming back in with that green. Maybe drop the opacity a little so we still get some of those other details. Blend it. Blend it real good. And I can always come back in and add that highlight. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. There's a buzzsaw in the background. How about that, guys? There we go. That's kind of closer to what I want. All right. Now watch what happens when I zoom out on that brown bit. Huh. It's almost like my eye smudges the colors together and makes it look more realistic. Cool. Let's do the same thing on the top. So, I'm gonna, oops, that's my recording. Where'd my banana go? There it is. I'm gonna